So good morning, and yeah, and it is a good morning. Sun's coming up over that side, and there's not many clouds in the sky, but there are a little bit of wispy clouds that could catch a bit of light. I'm at Thornham Old Harbour. That's the place I'm at, and you can see I've just parked the van up. I drove down here this morning because this road is subject to flooding, and I know it's not a high tide, it's only a 7-metre tide or something like that, but I don't know what that means in relation to how high the water comes. Yes, a 9-metre tide or a 10-metre tide definitely would flood this road, and I didn't fancy waking up in the middle of the night in water, so I didn't park there last night. So I drove back this morning, only 15-minute drive, it was fine. I will quickly mention that in my last video I said I was going to do the breakwaters, and I never got round to doing them. I'm sure I've already mentioned it, but I went down there last night. Sunset was too early, so by the time the water got over the breakwaters it was too dark. So I changed my mind for this morning. I thought I've done Hunstanton a couple of times, so I've come down here. I was recommended to come down here by a couple of people on the LVA group, Landscape Photography Adventures. So I thought I'd come down and have a look. And it's all about this little thing here. This barn. That barn apparently is the old coal barn that they used to load the coal on to the ships or the boats or whatever it is. And this is a harbour. Now I have seen lots of photographs of this place. Well, pretty, a few of them. And I can see an old boat wreck there. So I've almost seen the composition before I've seen the composition, if you know what I mean. Take it that the sun rising over to the east, over this side. And this is a funny part of the country. I've watched the sunset twice and I'm on the east coast. How can you work that out? I think I was in the only town in Britain, the last couple of videos, the only town in Britain that gets to see the sunset, which is cool. So yeah, I've seen the composition, and I'll look at the light reflecting on the water as well. This looks really boggy. It's a good job I got my wellies on. There's the boat, there's the boat, there's the barn. The light's coming up over there, so that's telling me I need to go down that way, across this boggy stuff, and get the water's edge and the barn when the sun catches it first thing. So I'm going to see if there's a way down here without getting too stuck in this mud, because I really don't like boggy mud, but I have got my wellies on after all, so we'll see how we get. Oh my word, that is really boggy. Oh god, I don't like this. Oh yeah, no, I don't like this at all, because I got stuck in some bog once and I was none too impressed, but I think I've got to persevere and try and get across it, or at least get myself in a position. Oh, my heart's going, it really is, my heart's pumping like nobody's business, because I'm in an area I don't know and it's boggy and it's horrible. But there's my composition anyway. I'm not going to walk too far in this bog, not until at least some other people turn up that can pull me out. Oh, this is horrible. There's a path there. Let's see if I can stick to this path. It's been trodden. Oh my word. Oh, my heart is going tenfold. But wow, 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 what a location. I'm using little piggy steps. Look at this, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But there's my composition. Look at that, the old wreck and the barn. And I definitely want to go too far that way, because there's a gully there. There's a little gully and a little bridge, so you don't want to be slipping in that. So it's a good job I didn't come down here in the dark, innit? Yeah, that'll do me. I'm not going to go crazy. I'll wait till the light comes up, and whoa, my heart is pumping. I don't like bog. So let's have a little mooch around here. I've got some little jetties and things. Oh, this is really, really cool. And obviously you've got this lovely leading line going through down there as well. Oh, excited, but the old heart's pumping a bit. Right, I'm okay now. Let's let's compose myself, get the camera out and have a look and see what it looks like through the lens. It might just be a case of a simple shot, nice and simple, as the sun comes up, and then take a few different. I'll probably be finding as the sun comes up, I'll be taking several shots. Like there's one down there already now, so I'm going to take that now as well, because it's just beautiful. Enough waffling. I've been waffling now for 5 minutes. Let's get some pictures taken. My hands are cold. My hands are really cold. I have to put my gloves on in a sec because they are. It's really cold. The car said 6 degrees this morning, so it's a bit nippy. But I like nippy. I don't mind nippy. Keeps me cool. Keeps my mind focused. I've just taken a couple of shots down here. I walked out onto these walk boards, which are extremely slippy, to say the least. So I was dead careful and dead nervous as I get onto them. But it's some lovely little spikes just there, like on these ones here. So I've just taken a couple of shots, one wider, one medium one, and one close one, just so I make sure I've got all three as when I get back to the computer. And the sun keeps coming up, it's still rising, it's still coming up, it's still getting brighter and brighter behind me. I've lifted the camera up really high, as you can see I'm stood next to it now, and it's way above my head. And I'm just trying to get this bit of a curve, and because it's so perfectly still, and the tide is coming up, so the water level is rising, so I'm going to get pretty decent level of water with the sunrise, which is really nice. But the glow on that now is really, really cool. And I found, and I'm trusting this bit now, I can walk across this bit because it's not so bad. I found this here. Look at this. This lovely little patch of water just here, and look how much of a perfect leading line that is to there. So I might even be able to get the barn in it if I get that low, but I just love that look. Something like, where are we? Something like that, leading you through barn and river coming in from the side, and the water level, like I say, is coming up really well. And there's a red boat. How perfect is that? You've got a red hull on a boat down there, which is just perfect. So this is a gorgeous, gorgeous morning, and I'm expected to meet someone this morning. Well, he said he's going to come down. He lives local. He Facebooked me when he realised I was over this part of the country. So I'm looking forward to meeting a new subscriber as well, or a subscriber. So yeah, this is dead nice. Dead nice. Now I'm not so nervous. Really nice. You can see the van, it's not far. The van's only over there. It's not far at all. This is absolutely gorgeous. Well worth exploring this another day, because I've got plans for later on, but I might have a few hours here. Definitely might have a few hours here. But what have I got for composition? Let me tell you what I've got here. What have I got here? Let's have a look. Can I put it on video? Because I don't think I can reach. Let's have a look. Oh, I'll switch on to video for you. Right, there you go. So I've got the river leading in from this bottom corner. I've got this little jetty thing there. I've got a boat over there on the line of thirds, which is roughly about there, and the intersection to the thirds is there, and that's where I put that boathouse. And you've got this little wreck, the boathouse, not a boathouse, is it? It's a barn, it's a coal shed. And then I've got the little boat with the red down, and you've just got this curve leading down that way. I know there's a bit of a negative space here, but I just wanted to get this in, and if I move over any further, that covers this, so I had to come over a bit. But that's my composition for this shot, and I've already shot it, so I don't need to do it again. And it is a long way up, having a tripod right up there. Let me just make sure I did shoot it, because I'm sure I did. Let's have a look. Oh, can't see what I'm doing, I'm so high up. Yeah, I've already got the shot with that lovely, lovely warm glow on it. Oh, what a beautiful morning. I just need coffee. I've brought water this morning. Never mind. The van's only over there. I can run back and get a coffee, couldn't I? Right, I'm going to put my gloves on because my fingers are going dead numb. And look at those old hands. Oh, you get older and your veins come out in your hands. And ooh, oh well, everyone's got to get older at some point. But what a gorgeous, gorgeous morning. I'm going to keep saying that. Beautiful, beautiful. Dead calm, relaxing, watching the tide come up to get me. And the birds, look at the birds. Can you see the birds in the sky? The moon's out. Look at the birds all flying over. There's loads and loads of birds flying over. Good job they're not all pooping on my head. Imagine that, a big lump of poop on the front of your lens. God, wouldn't that take some cleaning? Let me just mention camera settings, because I keep forgetting these days. I keep rushing around, or not rushing around, but doing. I'm on F11 because it's a really good focal distance and really quite sharp. And I focused on the barn, or just in front of the barn where the boat is. So that's the bit I want in focus. I'm not worried if this is a little bit fuzzy in the foreground, but that's the bit I want in focus. I thought I'd mention that. Right, another photo. Let's get that one over there set up and just sit, or not sit, stand and wait. Right, so I've got my composition set up now for this little puddle, or this little pool of water, and it's coming in just off the centre, and it's sort of leading you through the image quite nicely. And I've got the camera down low because I wanted to try and get these little wispy, they're not flowers, are they? They're weeds. That's what they are, they're weeds. I'm bracketing as well, I'm on F11 still. Excuse me nostrils, but I've got a bit of a sniffy sniff now. It's cold, and yeah, I've got this marker point thing sitting on the jetty over on the right hand side. I'm not too keen on that modern looking thing, but I suppose it's not really modern. It's been there a while, but yeah, I've got this lovely little flow of water leading you through, and just a glow on the barn at the moment. There's no perfect light on it. The sky's dead blue. There are some very wispy clouds, which are almost catching the light. They're catching the light already, so they're not really going to do much. I might look at this as a vertical. Yeah, the battery went on me. Not sure where I was up to. And I've also moved the camera around so you can see me face a little bit more now. Yeah, safety measures more than anything. Let's put the camera back on. I'm not sure where I got up to with talking, but I was saying about safety measures, bracketing. So yeah, bracket anyway, just for safety measures, just to see if it makes a lot of difference. What I am going to do is I'm going to pop the polarizer on, just to see if it actually does anything. Don't always need to use them, but I'm just interested to see what it might do. Now it is changing the water slightly, but I'm not sure what I prefer, and I'm going to show you on video. So you can see down here, let's move it around, see down there the water's quite bright, and as I spin the polarizer it's darkened it off. So I'm not sure it needs it. I think it needs the reflection and have the contrast down there in the bottom corner. So I'm not going to worry too much about the polarizer. But you see me leading line? Let's take it off so you can see what we're doing. Yeah, so you see me leading line, it comes in through there, goes up, you've got the barn, and the water goes off in the distance. I've got quite a bit of sky, but I could always crop it off sort of somewhere around there and take that little bottom edge off and make it a 10 by 8. So I've got those options as well, haven't I? And I'm going to do lots of talking in this one because I'm on my own. I'm not fighting against the wind, I'm not fighting against elements. The tide's still rising because it's definitely coming up behind me. Wow, that's come up a long way. While I've been talking, it's come up a really long way. Ooh, and it's nowhere near right, there's another hour yet. This could get covered in water. This definitely could get covered in water. Crikey, I need to show you that in a minute. Right, I'm going to take another shot just because the tide level's come up quite a bit. There was no water in that just now, and it's full up. Let me just show you. Right, this was nearly empty. This was nearly empty, and yeah, the gully was quite it was quite deep, and I could see mud. And I could see mud round here. Yeah, I can still see mud, but the tide's now come up to the bottom of the water, where the boards there, and there wasn't no water there at all. So that's risen quite high, and I can see the sea. The sea's only just over there, over the background. Oh, here come a load of birds. Wow, can you see them? Loads of little starlings or whatever they are. Oh, wouldn't it be good to get a murmuration? Yeah, you know, me dyslexic, and I knew what that meant. A murmuration. I think it's a murmuration. Clouds up there just catching a little bit of pink. So they are catching a bit of pink. Oh man, if I get a murmuration over the top of that with some pink clouds and the light just kissing the tops of a... Wow, wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, look, we've got some clouds over the distance there now. Really quite pretty, just some light fluffy clouds. I like this composition. I do like this composition, but it's not making the best of it. I think I need to be horizontal to take in a wider scope. I could put the wide angle lens on, put the camera up higher to get this in, or am I just wasting it? Do I go higher and just get the barn and the river leading out? Because if the tide's going to come up that high, and it's really coming up quick, wow, doesn't that come up? At least I'm on a bit of ground that's okay, and I've only got to get across the mud there and back, or across this mud here and back on the pathway, so I'm not going to get stuck where I am. So I'm going to sit this out as long as I can, even if the water's coming up really slowly and coming up around me, just to get as much as I can. I'm really interested to see if I can do it. As much as I'd be wetting myself, persevere. Let's do this. If you don't hear from me again, it was nice knowing you all. And please let someone know I'm at Thornham Old Lighthouse, the brick barn, stuck in the mud. What a gorgeous morning. Oh my God, rushing around like an absolute idiot. The sun's coming up now. The sun's just coming up behind us. There's a big seagull just coming to attack me. Hello, seagull. Yeah, I've just taken a picture of the sunset. The sunset's just starting to come up now, and I took a picture through the walk boards. And I've been stood on these walk boards behind me, and I couldn't take you with me because it's so slippy. I just didn't want to move around. Once I got my feet in position, I was staying still, and I didn't want to move in the slightest because it's so slippy, and I don't want to end up in that water. And that water is right up high now. It's nearly touching the bottom of the boards now. And it's only a few inches behind me, but the sun coming up through there. I've got a beautiful, beautiful little sun star with a boat in it. It really looks nice, so I'm hoping that's going to process properly and look really good. Tiny little sun stars peeking out behind the wooden boards, and the sun's just starting to catch all these boats and things down here now. So I think what I've got to do, I've taken this shot already, I'm just going to take one more of this position, and I'm going to go back over there to set up the composition I had before, because the sun's hitting the side of that red boat and it looks really good. And I think that's definitely the position. At the moment I've got a little post down here in the ground which is down the bottom thirds. The boathouse is towards the centre, but I've got this little bit of a leading line and a reflection, and what's nice is having that reflection in the boathouse. Really, really quite nice. Right, we've got to move over. We've got to move. The sun's come up now and it's just coming over the top, so we need to move to get a little bit, oh God, this is boggy, to get a little bit more something in the image, but I wanted to get that reflection as well, which I obviously can't do both. So let's come back over to this. Let's come back over to this strip of water that we had before. And by gosh, that tide has come up a little bit. Let's come back over to this patch of water. Yeah, the sun's catching everything now. And let's do the same image again from here, while the sun's on the side of the boathouse. You can just see it there. Look at the sun catching that and catching that down there. And there's the sun just coming up behind me now. So let's get the camera set up. I haven't got a lot of time to waste because the sun's not going to wait for me at all, is it? We're done. We've got the morning light. All it's going to do now is just get stronger and stronger and stronger. So I'm going to put my gloves back on. I hope you enjoy that panoramic. The panoramic's got to look okay. It's got to, please, it's got to look okay. And I'm sure you know, I'll say it again before I know, but who knows, eh? Yeah, I've got this composition set up now, and I've just shot the shot. I took it already. I had to contend with a couple of cars driving up, so and there's some more cars. It's getting a bit busier now. There's a few more people coming out, but I've got the little pool down in the bottom corner, and the light's just absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just going to take it again, focus midway through the frame. I've got a car going through, click, quick, got it just as it was behind the building. I'm sure I don't need to bracket. I'm just bracketing for the sake of bracketing. I really don't need to. The histogram's fine, but the light's warm. Oh, it's a beautiful warm light now. I'm just going to move up now and just try and get a bigger picture of the boat. I may have to quickly put the wide angle lens on, and I think that's probably me done for the morning. And I'm just going to shoot some shots, and what I take I'll show you at the end. I've been at F11 most of the way through, apart from the Sunstar. I had to go up to F22 to get the Sunstar. I'm just going to watch the water come up. I'm going to mooch around, take a few pictures, maybe go up and shoot back towards the sun, and just take this morning in, because it's been a really lovely, nice morning. And shame I haven't got a few more clouds in the sky, but honest, it's dead nice. And knowing that that's an old brick barn and it's got lots of history to it, and the old wreck in front, absolutely love shipwrecks and boat wrecks and stuff like that. But yeah, what a place this is. Really nice, but I wouldn't want to get stuck, that's for sure. So yeah, let's get up a bit closer, try and get one last big wider angle shot of a bit of reflection in the water. And any pictures I take from then on, I'll show you at the end of this, but I will check out when I get another shot. Promised you, got another one. Got the reflection in, the light's on the side of it. I have to work on my reflection, my shadow. As you can see there, you can see my shadow moving up and down the boat. So I'm actually right in the line of the sun. So I've tried to put my shadow in a place where I can get rid of it, and I've sort of hidden it sort of at the edge of the front of the boat. But I've got this beautiful reflection. You can see how high the water's come up now, and it's right up to the bottom. Look at this, it's right up to the bottom of this now. So it won't be long before it starts coming over this bank and starts to get my feet. And we've still got probably another half an hour of tide to come up, but it's not that high. But look at the reflection of that. So I've gone in really tight. I've gone in really tight just to get the boathouse and just to get the old wreck, and that's all I've got in it. And like I said, my reflection's there, but I'm trying to hide my reflection in amongst the shadows, so it sort of blends in a little bit of the background. You won't see it, and if you do, I can just probably clone it over slightly, but you won't see my shadow unless you're looking for it, that is. But yeah, this is the composition, and again, I can always flick it over to video to show you, because it seems to be the way of doing things. There we go, look at this. I've got this lovely boat coming down there, and I've got this beautiful boathouse, or the barn, and I've got these lovely reflections just there, and there's my shadow just at the bottom there. And what I'm going to try and do is just blend it in. Just going to move slightly just to sort of hide it in amongst the shadow of the back of the boat, and I should be alright. These lines there I can get rid of, no problem whatsoever. So that's my composition, dead simple, nice soft morning light on it, 2-second timer. I'm not even going to bracket this, because there's absolutely no need to bracket it. There it is, absolutely beautiful soft light glowing on the front of the boat and the wreck. Really, really nice. And the sun's starting to warm me up now, which is even better still. And I might go for a bit of a walk up that way and shoot back towards it, just to have a quick look and see what it looks like before I run out of time to be able to do it. God, I bet this video is turning into a great big long one, isn't it? But what a gorgeous morning. I think my last shot, I might have a little bit of cloning and some people in a car behind, but I've moved around a bit further, and the lines in the water seem to be going that direction now, so I'm not sure whether the tide's going back down, but then they're saying the lines in the water that way are going that way, so I'm not sure. But I'm stood next to a little gully. I don't want to get trapped. There's definitely an exit that side, but I've come right round, so I'm facing the front of the boat, the barn, sorry. I'm facing the front of the barn, and I've got the wreck in front of it. Let's see if I can get those birds in. 2 seconds, no chance. Birds just flew past. Yeah, I've come round, so I've got the red boat, which is floating behind the wreck, and then I've got the barn, and then I've got the jetty where I was just stood. There's some more birds coming in, but they're bit too quick. So I've got two plans. One, I've taken a tighter shot, so I've got just the barn and just the boat and the city, you know, the river behind it. And I've taken a wide one. Now I've gone wide, and there's a load of rubbish in the bottom and a load of rubbish at the top. And again, we can show you. So, where are we? Yeah, you've got a load of rubbish down here, which I don't like, right at the bottom. And of course, this picture is going to be wider. And of course, all this dead space, this negative sky that's going on up there. So all I want to do is I want to crop it somewhere along there and make a nice pano looking shot wherever you are. I want to make a nice pano looking shot if I can do it. So let's put that back. Yeah, the idea is to just crop a big chunk out and do like a 3x1 or even maybe a 2x1, just to do a panoramic strip. I don't need to shoot a panoramic on this because it's not that amazing that it needs it, but I'm shooting slightly wider so I can crop it down and just have a strip of an image. So again, I'm going to finish the video here because it's been a gorgeous morning. I've probably not taught you a lot apart from showing you how I set my compositions up a little bit, and all it's been doing this morning is just waiting for that sun to come up and catch this building. I've never been here before, so thank you to people that advise me where I can check out when I'm in the area. I wouldn't have thought to look for this, even though I've seen it on pictures. I've never thought to look for it, and I know a couple of vloggers have been down here before in the past, and I've seen them shoot in this area and it looks really cool. So now I know where it is. I will come back one day. It's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours away from home, but it's always worth a weekend once it's safe to do so again. And as long as it's a 7 metre tide or below, I know I'm okay over there. Otherwise I wouldn't park over there, but yeah, at least I know I'm okay over there on a low tide. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe as usual, and if you're the first time watching me, I've done all sorts of crazy things. Not always as calm as this. I'm normally running around like an idiot. But yeah, it's a mixed batch of what you get from me. So if you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe, and yeah, if you hit the notification bell, ding dong and all that, you'll get to know further videos that come out. Yep, to my locals and my regulars, thanks for watching. See you next time. And I haven't a clue, not a clue where I do have a clue where I'm going to be. Watch the next episode. I'm going to visit a tide bell this afternoon. After that, don't know where I'm going to be, but yeah, I'm going to find a tide bell. See you next week. Ciao for now.